This will be a demo of drawing boxes by siding. This is going to be box 2 and this is box 3. I'm going to try to do them on the same page. Alright, I told you in the first video that you start with the corner line here, and you know, this side and this side, they look pretty much the same, so I'm going to allow room for both of these on the same page. So I'm going to put this one about here. I'm just going to start with that vertical line. You can see I'm not resting my hand on the paper because I would get that arc. You want a straight line, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now I'm going to just measure if the sides are the same, and they're just about exactly the same. So I'm just going to put a mark here and then measure that and then mark where that's going to go here. And then I'm just going to have my 3 vertical lines. Okay. All right, now I'm going to get this angle. I'm going to match up my pencil with that angle and just bring my pencil down. And I like to do this, but you know, you don't have to. You're probably going to want to because it's kind of easier than trying to memorize those angles. There. Now, okay, so now I'm going to measure the width of this compared to its height. So there's 1, 2, and a little less than about a 2 1/3 of this measurement will be the height. Did I measure? They were the same size, so it doesn't matter which side I measured. So that's 1, 2, and then about 1/3. So that's how tall that middle part's going to be. Now, because we just we're not using vanishing points, I'm just going to copy that angle. And then I'm going to copy this angle. It's going to meet up right at that corner. Okay, there we go. Now this is going to just meet right there. And this is going to just connect with this corner. This I should have erased already because it was kind of confusing. We don't need that in there. All right, now it's got stripes in it. I'm just going to eyeball the stripes. I'm going to start here. I think that's too skinny. Now this stripe is bigger than these two, but not that much bigger. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit. I'm just going to keep trying this until it looks right. Still just a little too skinny. That's the great thing about drawing with pencil, because you can erase. You could try things out and move them if necessary. Now, that stripe goes across the top of the box. These lines are also close together. I can just copy them. I'm just trying to make this part parallel to these existing lines. So there's that stripe. And then I have to do the same thing here. This stripe seems a little fatter than this one, but still not that bad. Yeah, I'm resting my hand on the paper. Sometimes. Anyway, just be conscious of that arc that happens. Okay, and then this one appears to go under that one. And there it is. This looks like it should go a little more like that. I'm not bothering with shading or anything like that. This is just about getting the, the outlines where they should go. Okay, and then actually if you want to add a cast shadow, there it shoots off towards the left. There's a little over here, but the stronger light was on this side. So here's, you could even measure how much space that takes up right there, but I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, so there's box number 2 drawn by sighting. Now I'm going to see if I can do the other one on the other side of the paper. All right, now this side is significantly larger than this one. It's about half the size. So I don't need as much space over here. I'm just going to start with this line. I've got plenty of room over there. So if I arbitrarily just put a line here and measure it, this one's going to be twice as big. Let me just double check that. This side compared to that side looks, from here to here is twice as big as from here to here. All right, so I've got that. I've got my 3 main vertical lines. I'm going to establish this as the bottom of this corner. And you can see how messy I draw. You can always clean this up later. It's pencil. Like you would want to clean this up before you painted it, unless you like those lines. Some people do. Anyway, all right, so here's this angle. You got to have the picture straight. If it's crooked, the angle's not going to work. So this angle, slide it down till we get to where we establish where we want the corner. All right, now same thing here. It's going to match up with that other corner. Right there. You could do this with a skewer. You know those sticks that people put cubes of meat and onions and mushrooms and stuff on and they barbecue them? You could use that instead of a pencil. Okay, now I have to figure out how high this is. Let's go back to our unit, which is this. And so there's 1, 2, 2.5. So here's this unit. 1, 2, 2.5. All right, and I'm going to make this line like that. Match that up. Make this line like this. Match that up. And then I'm going to match this line up with that back corner. And this line with right there, those 2 corners. There's a box. Now, it's open inside. Now what do we do? All right, I'm just going to eyeball this. It's like, shows the thickness of the box. It's showing the thickness of the box. That looks pretty good. This side's a little too thick. This might be a little too thick. Okay, now the inside is easy because, let's see. Okay, we'll start with this line here, and this line should copy this one. So we'll just do this till we get to that corner. All right, now this is the outside corner of the box, but this box is thick. So let's see. Let me see. I think I'm I think I'm doing the wrong thing here. Maybe not. I'm trying to decide whether to cite this. That part is... I'm a little unsure what to do here. Okay. Sometimes you have to try different things. All right. I'm going to divide this into thirds and bring this line parallel to this one right there and just see what this looks like. And then obviously these sides are going to be straight, even. What bothers me here is this corner doesn't seem to correspond with this one, and I think it might be because this is a larger object than this one. This one we could make everything parallel and it looked okay. This one's starting to just get a little skinnier on the top. So I'm just gonna, and maybe even I didn't even draw it right. I'm just gonna slant that a little bit. All of a sudden it looks good. And a little cleanup. I could put these lines in if I want to, showing that, you know, the box is made out of boards. But that's not really a necessary element. Okay. Oh, and there's no clear cast shadow here, so I'm going to skip that.